Hey, what's up, guys? I'm RoberOnocle, or as you've been on me, Rob, and I'm here with my dad and Varen. What's going on?
What's going on?
I wasn't sure who was gonna speak first,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
that's
just
always the
stayed
scariest
silent.
part. That's the scariest part of any podcast is who's gonna say hi first.
Mhm.
Yeah, but then we said hi at the same time, so
Well, you know what? It's okay. It's the thought that counts. We're not perfect, okay?
indeed. Yeah, we're only human.
So tonight we are talking about open world games, and this actually isn't necessarily new. Well, actually, obviously, because I did a video about it back in June, and I also did an out loud thinking video about it in January of 2017. So, this is the third time we're covering this. Actually, even more if you count the Breath of the Wild stuff. But yeah, this is definitely not anything new to my channel. So, yeah, it really goes without saying. Open world games is just it's an open ended. It's a game with a higher amount of. Dad, by the way, I can hear the echo. I don't know why I didn't notice it until now.
Can you still you can hear an echo?
Yeah, just faint.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. I'll just keep talking. But yeah, open world games. They're pretty interesting, you know. I've already kind of given my 2 cents on it, given that I made a video about it a while ago. But it was a request by my uncle Tomas that we go over this. And you know, I've played some. I feel like just share my experience with games, or more of my experience with games and whatnot. You know, just talking more of a game aspect as opposed to just talking about like open world genre and what's right and what's wrong and whatnot, because that's really what I went over with my discussion video. We could just go into more personal experiences, and plus, I just got more people talking this time, so it's fun. So yeah, basically, you're probably never gonna stop hearing about open world games on this channel. Well, for all you on YouTube, anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, open world games are everywhere now.
Yeah, you
They're
can't
not
escape
just a
them.
random thing like Legend of Zelda. They're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Also, don't talk to me about Red Dead Redemption 2 because I have not played it. All right. So, if you came here to hear about that, you're gonna be disappointed. I'm not sorry.
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. So, let's kick it off. Kick off tonight pretty hard. All right. So let's just keep it straight. What is your favorite open world game? We'll start with my dad since we haven't seen him in a while.
Well, let's see. Um, oh yeah. By the way, how's that? Is this better instead of the no echo and all that?
Let's see. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Now it's very faint. Like at this point, if anybody's getting annoyed by it, they need to just like leave.
Or just turn down the volume.
Yeah, just turn down the volume because at this point it's not even. I can hear it like very faintly, but it's not enough to annoy me at all.
Okay. All right. Well, my experience with open world games is probably a lot less because I kind of retired away from playing a lot of them, but I am a fan of Zelda, the Zelda series, and I guess as of lately, I guess if it falls into that category, we've been doing the Borderlands and everything, so that's a very good one for me. I guess a good favorite of mine would be between Borderlands and even the like the Jack series.
Okay.
So yeah. Reason being with Jack, I just like the gameplay of it. I like the action. There's not really a dull moment in the Jack series. Yeah, after you played it a few times, you kind of know the storyline, you kind of know the flow of the game, but still fun nonetheless. And some of the side quests and things are just enough to kind of keep you interested. Same with Borderlands. There's always something new to look for, new legendaries and things of that nature. So I kind of got away from the Zelda series quite some time ago. And I haven't played it, since they changed the art style. I kind of was really just opposed to it, even though I watched you play some and just listen to how you talked of it, but I just haven't really gotten back into it. But yeah, with Jack and Borderlands, their free roaming style, action, good shooter. Yeah, I would probably lean on those two as of my most recent open world type games that I would say that's something that I really found enjoyment in.
Okay, so nice and leffing take. All right, Varen, you're up.
It's been a while.
Oh no, it's all good. It was long enough for me. The thing about giving an answer in a podcast is that I'm not looking for a super long answer. I mean, if anything, I'll probably end up giving a long one like I always do anyway. Because I just have the inability to shut up. But yeah, Varen, you're on.
Well, I have to say my most recent open world game is probably Skyrim, because
Okay.
I play through Skyrim once every year or so.
Really?
Because it's fun. I like to just do the same things over and over. I don't know why. I try to do it differently, but it's just it's kind of like how I do it with Terraria and my cousins. Is we play through it about every year, just fun, just because we feel like playing the game. But part of the reason I like Skyrim so much is because once you're free, you can pretty much just do whatever, really. Because you want to go up to Hrothgar and start power leveling Sneak or something like that, like I usually do, then you gotta progress in the main storyline to that point. But my main goal in Skyrim is always just get good armor and things like that, and just do as many quests as I can, or just max out my character, or just get a high level, etc. Just the general things you would do in Skyrim.
Right. And you would say that was one of the best ones you've played, Skyrim.
I tried Oblivion, but it didn't really click because of the fact that you can't really be a jack of all trades. You have to kind of specialize in something. Well, what I'm trying to say, I guess, is you can't really play the game in I feel like using melee, so I'm going to use melee, or I feel like using magic, so I'm going to use magic. You have to kind of stick to one thing. Or if you want to be a jack of all trades, you have to do a specific build, which I don't like to do builds. It's just not really something that I do that much. The only time I've ever done a build is in Dark Souls, and that was a PvP build that worked perfect for PvE. And I'm not sure if you would count Minecraft as a sandbox. As a open world, I don't think so.
I mean, it really is. It's big, it's large, there's a lot of things you could start off with.
Yeah.
I would say so. There's a lot of freedom in your movement and where you want to go, so yeah.
Yeah.
You can count Minecraft in if you want.
Yeah, that's true. In that case, then it'd probably be Minecraft, because I was playing through the game again with my friend. So,
Did you want to talk about Minecraft? You could have went on with that if you wanted to.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's Minecraft. Everyone's heard a lot about it by now.
Fair enough. Okay, so am I all good to go? Is everything all clear?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a little hard for me to pinpoint anything, but I could talk about one game in particular, but I want to talk about something else first. So, this is actually a game that we actually mentioned very briefly last time. So, who's heard about Diablo 3?
Ooh, that game.
I knew you were going to say that one.
Yeah, it was... my dad, or Titan over here, I'm sure he saw that coming from a mile away. But, we've been playing it a lot lately, actually.
Yes.
But the campaign, not so much. But adventure mode, yeah, that's just straight up open world. It's go where you want to, go what dungeon you want to, plunder it if you want to, or if you don't want to, don't do it, do side quests to get better loot. You could do challenges. It's Diablo 3 is really working its way up to be one of my favorite open world games of all time, actually. And I know that game was a lot of flack, and I would really just have to play the first two Diablo games to know exactly why Diablo 3 pales in comparison to the first two games, apparently. But, I mean, it's just a really... it has like a bunch of little things that I just enjoy about it. For one, the random generation in dungeons keeps it interesting, you know, and they actually have interesting setups that they have that they put together, you know. It's not just like a... You know, I really can't even think of an example, because Minecraft's procedural generation really isn't all that bad. Terraria definitely ain't all that bad, actually. Terraria's just really good, but... I really can't think of anything bad at the moment, but just think something game with, like, bad procedural generation. You know, but, like, you know just how mindless it is. You know, like, it just, nothing really comes together right. It doesn't really, make sense, you know. But it seems like Diablo 3 has a bunch of, like, set pieces, pre-set pieces that it has that it just kind of brings together. I don't know what I was going to say. I was kind of slur. But, yeah, it's just the fact that you can pick the difficulty you want, jump in with your mates, you know, and, you know, like, all right, do you want to go to this area or that area? All these provinces and whatnot. You pick that. You have all these bosses you can fight from. Sometimes they're special. Sometimes they're main bosses. Sometimes they're like just side bosses. Like, you know, like Captain Cage, whose identity seemingly changes like every time. Like there's like a lot of Captain Cages in Diablo 3. I don't know if you noticed that, Dad. Like, there's just a bunch of Captain Cages. Like in particular.
Yes. Yes.
And they're always like some different dude. Like, is everybody the Captain Cage? I don't understand the status or how that works. But yeah, it's also, you know, exploring and for sure the legendaries. That makes it so worth it to go through. Also, hi, Uncle Tomas. Glad you can make it. And we're talking about open world games right now. Right now we're going over Diablo 3. But yeah, you know, exploring, getting legendaries, you know, knowing it's mostly just like the loot system in particular that makes you just want to keep exploring and keep looking for the best thing, you know? Makes it really addicting.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah, I got those primal ancients. I can't do the requirements that I need to right now for them, but I definitely like Diablo 3, but part of the reason that I haven't played it a ton is because of the grind. Because my cousins won't be online, and I still have been having a hard time just with the grinding. Because it's just kind of, yeah, it don't, like Tighten It Up's just said, it does get old.
yeah, I definitely need to look more into ancient stuff because it's kind of cool. Right now, me and my dad are just like, all right, what is the best legendary we can find? You know, we're slowly making our way with the difficulty too. But yeah, ancients is something I probably want to have on my list at some point because they do seem kind of cool, you know. But right now, we're just like, all right, let's just how powerful can we get just straight up with legendaries? But I'm sure we should look a little deeper into that. But yeah. You know, just like hunting around when they're doing a trial, because the challenge ones aren't really open world, but it's just another like little thing you can do. But the challenges are so fun, and you know, just like you can either do a Greater Rift challenge or a standard Nephilim challenge, and you can run in there, kill a bunch of enemies, then fight the Rift Guardian, who is actually it's a bunch of the Rift Guardian can be like pretty much anything actually, just any strong enemy with whatever abilities they come with. But yeah, Diablo is really fun to explore, mostly for the loot. It really feels like it gives you a purpose to explore through all of it, and the skills are also very fun to play with too. But you know, as you find more legendaries and whatnot, you can like warp your playstyle. You know, like right now, actually, Dad, how about you tell them about your newest legendary sword that you got, the one that you've been using? I'll let you explain it.
Let's see. I think that's the one. If I'm thinking about the right one, where it gives me. Let me see. Hang on. I might be mixing up my gloves and my sword, but I know like right now my character has like super fast attack speed. The one sword I think has the lightning damage, where it's like after so many hits or whatever, so many attacks, it's shocking the enemies. I know I'm wielding two different swords right now. But like I'm shocking enemies when I go in. My attack speed is like blinding fast. So it's like basically like the more I attack somebody, the faster I get. And basically it's just like going in there being like super shredder right now. And yeah, it's just sweet. You know, it's really sweet. You know, so just piggybacking off what you were saying about like grinding to see what's the how powerful can I get? What's the next legendary I can get, or ancient weapon I can get? Like right now, my character is moving just awesome, and just enjoying that. You know, got good boots and everything. But yeah, that sword with the lightning damage and all of that is pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So it's a nice little grind, and a nice change of pace from the main storyline.
Oh, excuse me. So, in a nutshell, your face is a blender now. You just kind of like...
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of shred up enemies. Especially when you hit that berserk mode and you're just even faster.
Oh yeah. It's almost unfair, but in that game you can never say that because, you know, with the different levels of enemies that you're gonna encounter, yeah, it's just it's sweet, and you know, just with the different what am I trying to say, skills and things that I have, yeah, like I can when I go into berserker mode, the enemies just start jumping in place, and they're kind of frozen for a minute, stuck in that loop.
I love that one where they're just like, you just scream and they just start, well, basically having a seizure. That's really the best way you can put it. They just start jumping up and down.
Yeah, it almost looks like a cult. Like, you know, I change into that berserker mode, and then it's like they're jumping up and down, almost like they're worshiping me or something like that. But they just can't move from that position. And by that time, we're doing all the damage, you know, that we can to them. Also, when I stomp the ground, it corrals everybody into like a group. So whoever I'm not hitting, you know, you're shooting them with your shotgun style crossbow.
Right.
So yeah, it's just it's almost unfair, but it's been a long time coming to get a setup like that.
Yeah. Can we all just take time, for all you demon hunters out there, can we all just take time to appreciate evasive fire? And that, what is that other, on that other spread one where like it just shoots like a huge cone of arrows? I forgot what that one's called, like spread fire or whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, I just love those so much. If you guys know, I'm a spread, like with any game. If you have a gun and it has a spread fashion of any kind, I'm a huge fan of it almost immediately. And Diablo's the same thing. Because evasive fire it's basically shotgun spread, and that other one that shoots like a huge cone of it, it's basically another shotgun blast that I can do. And I usually just cycle between those two because I just love using them so much.
Yeah, that works well. It works well.
And encountering things, just in my personal experience, you know, just finding things like that legendary gem that allows me to just shock creatures when I get near them after dealing enough damage. I love that thing to death. Especially since, you know, I'm a demon hunter, so I have issues dealing out a lot of damage sometimes, but just, you know, alakazamming them, I dig it. I really dig it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's real cool.
Also, the whole holy strike thing, where, like, I can shoot enemies and sometimes they get, like, struck in the name of Jesus. I appreciate that, too. You know, where they get hit by that holy light. I love that. And then I've got that legendary where, like, it boosts my elemental. So basically, if I strike them in the name of Jesus on my holy cycle, it hurts really bad, and I love it. It's so fun.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
But yeah, Diablo really has like its gear and whatnot working for it, you know, with the exploration, and it seems like Uncle Tomas and Varen are having like a very like intellectual conversation about the current state of Diablo 3. So
yeah.
Pretty interesting. I just been like glancing at it as my pop over here was just going over what he had to say. You know, his experience with Diablo 3, specifically with that amazing sword legendary combo thing that he's got going on right now. But let's just see what Olga Tomas and Varen are talking about here. So yeah, they're talking about the grinding getting old and adding more content to keep the game fresh. Yeah, I can actually kind of see that. Because I'm sure Dak can back this up too. You know, aren't there just some legendaries that you just keep seeing over and over again that you're a little tired of seeing, you know? Or even just some of like the ancient stuff. You're just like, oh, okay, I've seen it like a million times now. I don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah, because what I started doing was, since I have a ton of like weekly bounties or daily bounty materials, I figured I'd just start adding them to the Kanai's cube. I think that's what it's called. But I just started adding them to the cube, and now I just think, ooh, new legendary. I'm adding it to the cube instead of just seeing the same ones over and over. Because I actually have something to look forward to in case I encounter a new legendary I don't have in the cube.
Right.
Speaking of which, it would be really nice if it showed like a little cube icon next to the weapon, like in the upper left-hand corner or something like that. In case, like to show, oh, you have this in the cube. You don't need to go check.
No, that's a good idea. Blizzard doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Obviously not with Diablo Immortal. They don't especially not with Diablo Immortal. Whew!
That sounded like an evil laugh. Just that laugh you just did a little earlier. It sounded a little bit like an evil laugh.
Oh yeah, Poppy's talking to you about your
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
perfect.
that gradual crescendo.
Yeah.
I have never encountered someone with a more perfect evil laugh.
Yeah, everybody has a, side job, if you will, man. I can't just be the Titan
Just
day by day. I'm always Titan, but there's
No.
many facets to
No,
Titan,
Mark, stop! Go away! Stop! We don't talk about that.
See, I wasn't gonna say that. I was trying to avoid
Yeah.
that.
Stop.
I just saw the
We do
comment.
not. We do not talk about that, Mark. Ugh.
Oh man.
We do not talk about that. Uncle Tomas, are you aware of that? The do you not have phones? All right, now we're about to start roasting on like the Diablo devs. Okay, so actually, first, do you know about Diablo Immortal?
Isn't that the new mobile game that's coming out soon?
Shh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, so he knows about it. So after the press conference for BlizzCon, one guy came up there and one guy came up there and he was asking if it was an out of season April Fool's joke. Like he was coming in hard. He was not having it. And they said, well, no, of course, because Blizzard being Blizzard. So then another guy comes up and he just asks, is this ever going to come to PC or consoles or anything? Any plans for it? And the what's his face up there, the Asian guy and the other two white guys, they're just like, nah, it's not going on to PC or consoles. So then everybody starts booing because it sucks because Diablo Immortal looks kind of cool, but it's not going to be on a platform that everybody actually wants to play it on. So everybody starts booing because that sucks. And then I don't even know which one it is, but I think it's the Asian guy actually. But they're just like, do you not have phones? Yeah, I think that goes in the list of. I'm sorry, keep going. Go, Dad. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Nah. I got you, son. I got you, man. So basically, instead of just saying, you know what, hey, we're just putting it on mobile for right now, see how it takes off, and then we're gonna move it to various platforms. Instead of doing that, he basically throws a jab back at the person who asked the question and say, well, do you guys not have phones? So in other words, you should be okay with the way we are presenting this game or the way we're making it available to you. Never mind that you would prefer to play it on something else and you're the reason we exist. No. Don't you guys have phones? I mean, why wouldn't you want to play it on a phone? So yeah, it's a nice little jab back.
That is exactly, my friends.
Yeah.
That's how you get fired.
Mhm.
Just please, just.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, since we're just talking about Blizzard, let's talk about So have you guys seen the World of Warcraft thing a few years ago? But when a guy was asking about if Blizzard was ever going to bring back classic World of Warcraft, has anybody heard about that? I'm gonna take that silence as a. Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna take that silence as a no. So one guy asked up there.
I almost made the joke of, what's World of Warcraft again? But I didn't make that joke. I decided not to, but because I have heard of the game, but I don't really play it that much. Like the only time I've ever actually played it was the top down RTS game. And that was because my cousins got it for me for Christmas because he had a copy of it. So continue.
Okay. So, a guy asked... Oh, that's a powerful sneeze. So, a guy asked, he was like, I forgot exactly, because it's been a while since I've seen it, but he was basically saying along the lines of, people really like classic World of Warcraft, he thought it was a better era of World of Warcraft. Are you ever going to bring that back? And in a nutshell, the CEO up there, or not the CEO, just one of the guys, post conference, excuse me, one of the dudes that was presenting, he was like, you guys think you want it, but you actually don't. I'm like, excuse me, buddy. Excuse me, buddy. Just hold on a second. So, I never knew that the employees at Blizzard, they had the ability to, check your brain scans, just look at all the waves and whatnot, just dig deep in there, just check it out, check your neurological processes and whatnot, and conclude that you actually don't want what you're asking for. That's
well, I guess he would know best, right?
Yeah, fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
it's people like him.
Yeah, this wasn't the same guy, but it's all Blizzard, so still. So the moral of the story, kids, is don't work for Blizzard because they make you say dumb stuff. Or they might not even be doing that. I mean, maybe they're just a bunch of out of touch old people. I have, to be honest, I don't even really know what happens at Blizzard anymore. It's not just random people that are like within the millennial era, but they just maybe Gen X. I don't know. They're within that, but somehow they just don't get it. Like I don't understand. Like how can you be that out of touch? But yeah, man, just Diablo Immortal. It actually looks like a genuinely fun game, but once it's all only on mobile. That's not what I want to spend my open world experience, alright? I just keep playing Diablo 3. I'm good on that.
That whole video of them presenting the game, like when you were showing it to me, and I'm looking at the footage and I'm like, man, this looks sweet, man. This is like the gameplay looked fantastic. But the only way I could really describe the letdown when they just put on only on mobile, that's almost like if you sat there and watched somebody preparing a steak dinner, like cooked to perfection, and then when they brought you a plate and uncovered it, it was a bologna sandwich. That's really about the only way
it ain't garbage, but it ain't what you wanted.
Yeah.
It's just a big letdown. You're like, man, I'm about to get some steak and all the trimmings and everything, all the fixings that go with it, and then it's just like, voila, bon appetit. And it's just, it's just a nasty sandwich. Like, man.
It's only nasty because it's not what you wanted.
It's like a mayonnaise heavy bologna sandwich. It's just wrong, man. Yep.
But actually, I want to get Diablo on PC because it looks like it's a whole lot of fun. But I've been having a lot of fun with it on PS4, and I gotta get around to playing it with my friend Mark, not my brother, my friend Mark, and whoever else wants to join. But my time on PS4, I think I've definitely I don't know, Dad. I'm sure we still don't have as much time on Diablo. Actually, I'm positive we don't have as much time on Diablo 3 as we do with Borderlands 2, because Borderlands 2 was we got a lot of time on that game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. We haven't invested as much time in Diablo, but I won't say it's an apples to oranges type thing. But with Borderlands, you and I, we just been trying a lot of different combinations of characters.
Yeah, it's just messing around with stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, and that's it, because the characters are pretty much preset. The biggest thing with Borderlands is, okay, what's the special weapon, legendary weapon that I can find? Yeah, you can customize your character down the skill tree, but like Salvador is always going to be strong. Krieg is always going to be a psycho. I mean, it's always the same character. It's just you can tweak them differently.
Right.
So that does give you variety in the gameplay. With Diablo, it's like, yeah, they have preset characters, but yeah, you can customize them differently, but it's a different feel than the Borderlands gameplay.
Yeah, I think the legendaries.
I've been really enjoying it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think the legendaries. I didn't mean to cut you off. If you were gonna keep saying anything, that was my mistake. Am I?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. I would just say I think the legendaries in Diablo kind of twist the gameplay a little more, as opposed to Borderlands. Borderlands is kind of like Borderlands with their guns and weapons. It's kind of like, what can that weapon do? While the legendaries in Diablo is kind of like, what can you do? You know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree. And it's like, the way you said with Borderlands, it's like, okay, you're a shotgunner, so you're trying to find that next legendary shotgun, or me, I might be trying to find that next special rocket launcher. But in Diablo, it's like,
basically
okay,
the nukem.
Yeah.
Just the nukem.
Yep. And then like with Diablo, it's like anybody that knows of my gameplay knows that I go always with that big guy, like I'm going head first into the combat kind of stuff. So the character that I'm using is not the fastest of characters. So, but he's strong. So, finally I have like enough dexterity to where like you and I were running side by side, and I just got to the point where I'm like as fast as you are, on foot. You know, maybe even a step faster now.
Now, you seem like you're a little faster than I am now.
Yeah.
Like you have surpassed me.
Yeah, but look how long it took for me to even find that. You know, everything I got was pretty much strength based, and I'm like, man, I can use some dexterity. I want just enough. I don't have to be the fastest guy, but I want to at least be able to keep up, so I don't have to keep getting teleported to the rest of the group. You know, so and now finally.
Oh yeah, those were the dark days when you kept teleporting after us.
Man. I'm just like, it was funny though, because I just be like, man, look at the big slow guy, you know. But but he was strong, you know. He just got to the fight later than everybody else. That's all. But yeah, now I mean, I'm fast and strong, and you know, just basically a force to be reckoned with, as they say. So yeah, it's good stuff, man.
And now you fight fast too.
Oh yeah,
like just ridiculously fast. Like how your character has not broken his own arms yet is beyond me.
Or dislocated them anyway.
Yeah, something like that, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, the moral of the story is, children, Diablo 3 is a pretty cool game, you know, even better with the DLC, you know. But Diablo is kind of bad. Diablo Immortal is kind of bad. We don't like that. Not until
about that here.
Not until it comes to PC or console anyway, which I feel like Blizzard probably won't do that. But a dreamer can dream, can't they?
Yes.
Also, rip phones when they start playing Diablo Immortal because they want to make it like as big as a Diablo standard Diablo game. Like, so I'm thinking like Diablo 3. I can't wait for everybody's batteries to run out in like 3 seconds and all their phones to just melt. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Let's see how that goes, Blizzard.
You just play for an hour and then suddenly you touch like the wall or something like that, and you think, why is the wall so cold? You shake someone's hand, and they just pretty much, ow, because your hand is that hot from playing the game because your phone's hot.
Right, Mark over here. Where'd all my storage go? I got a 10 gig game on my cell phone. I can't even call my parents anymore. My wife, my kids.
Diablo Immortal will be cool once they learn. Once you have the ability to hook up an external hard drive and a PS4 controller. And
the projector. Don't forget the projector.
And a projector. Yes.
Just turn it into a flipping console. It won't even be mobile then.
They should just change the game to. They change the title to Diablo Immortal, contrary to your own cell phone, because that thing's just going down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically like this, you know. Like I don't want to play a big Diablo game on my cell phone because I don't want the pulse in my fingers to disintegrate my cell phone. Like that's a no bad. And you know, can you believe this too? Blizzard says they have plans to do it like this with a bunch of other franchises and stuff like that. So Warcraft, Overwatch. Yeah, I can't wait for Overwatch to freaking just. Now that's gonna destroy my phone if they do like an Overwatch game. That game is just it's big and it's just too high detail. Also, I got fat thumbs, so like rip doing anything right in that game. Okay, I think I'm done talking about Diablo. I'm done being mad. Also, if you guys don't know, Zelda's not allowed to be not allowed to come out of my mouth for this podcast, and you all know why. Varian, stop it.
I always have to use that emoji.
No, stop it. Cut it out. You're not funny.
But it is funny.
Stop. So let's talk about okay, so let's say it this way. In terms of like the overall game you've had like some of the most freedom with, you know. And just as far as, well, you know, let's just put it this way. What is an open world game where it's a sandbox and you just haven't, Mark, why are you spamming emojis of yourself in the in the text channel? He's not even answering me. Okay. But as far as open world games go, which one do you feel is just it's just satisfying, you know? Like it just feels good to just like as you're making your way up, you're just like, man, this feels good. Because I have another game I can talk about. Because Diablo is satisfying, but it's not the most satisfying open-ended game that I've played.
Ooh, let's see here. Oh man, that's a good one because you know, the two that I mentioned, well, before you mentioned Diablo, I had said what was it? Jak and Daxter and Borderlands. Jak and Daxter is a good one to me. And trying to get away from even just the action aspect of it, there's still enough to keep you busy. And the more you go into the Jak series, like we started at Jak 1 or Jak and Daxter and then just moved up to, what was it, Jak 3 or whatever. I think those were good, but if you get to something just simple, like some of your Mario games they don't really fall, well, I guess they don't so much as fall in the open world, but gameplay-wise, those are pretty good. And some of your later Mario games give you a little more free roaming than, say, like your Mario for Super Nintendo or something like that. But
oh, so speaking of Mario games, just curious. So, like, what would you say is your favorite amongst the three? Like, Super Mario World, because that's a pretty open-ended game, surprisingly. There's a lot of places you can go in that one. So, Super Mario...
It is
It's called World, yeah. And we got like New Super Mario Bros. And whatnot, but I still don't know if it's as like open-ended. Like as far as 2D Mario games go, I don't know if the New Super Mario Bros. Games are as open-ended as World was. World was pretty open-ended with where you could and could not go. So what would you say is the best, just your favorite amongst the three? Like Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, or Super Mario Odyssey?
Let me see. Super Mario Odyssey, that's the one with him throwing the hat and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, Cappy. Or it's whatever
and,
it's called.
I like that one, but the only thing I would say with Super Mario Odyssey is that it's better if you play with more than one person. I think you almost have to. But I do like that one. I actually really do like it. It got really challenging the further we got in it, but and you said Super Mario World and then Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Super Mario 64, I think I liked it. I really liked the game, but I think control-wise, sometimes Mario just was a little odd. You know, it kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But it was pretty cool because you can kind of pick where you wanted to go. And you even had a few options as to which stars you wanted to pursue. But Super Mario World, to me, just had a good all-around feel as far as the controllers to me. You somewhat still had to kind of follow a path, but, you know, when you open up a world, sometimes you had a couple different options. So it was almost like it kept you on a path, but you could choose which way you wanted to go, you know, especially if you knew how to get the secret areas and all that stuff, shortcuts and things of that nature. So I would say, if I had to say which I think was the best, I would probably go Odyssey as long as you have a companion. But play style, the controls I think with Super Mario World were better, but Super Mario 64 I think gave you a lot more of the open world feel more than Super Mario World did. So I'd probably pull something from each one, but I think Odyssey kind of gave you the best of all of it.
Okay.
But then from there, I think it's a toss-up between Super Mario World and Super Mario 64, just because, just me personally, I think control-wise, Super Mario World was just a little bit better, but free roam and I would say 64 was a little better.
Okay, so you would say that Odyssey stands amongst both of those, though?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying that it's like, you know, light years ahead of it, but I think that it just kind of gives you the best of both. It's pretty simple to control for the most part, but there are some areas that are a little harder to get to when you don't have somebody controlling the cap. So,
you know, I'm if the game does feel good, but I'm not the biggest fan of how Mario controls in Odyssey. I kind of like how he felt more in 64, to be honest. It's not a very popular opinion, but I don't know. It just, something felt weird about him. I definitely didn't like how they changed the diving ability. I hate how they changed it. Because,
yeah.
Because it used to be like how you could slide and you could, like, you know, just jump and flip off the ground and start running again. And it felt really good in 64. Yeah. In Odyssey, you just, like, doesn't he just, like, either slide a little bit or just start rolling? And the rolling is clunky. I don't like the rolling in that game all that much. The rolling feels super clunky, and I don't care for it. Like, I'd rather just slide. That feels so much better to me.
Right, I got you. It kind of makes me think of Call of Duty, but, you know, I digress.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? At least Mario doesn't stand up and just stop like an idiot in Odyssey.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't do that.
Yeah, I still remember you talking a long time ago in that podcast of in Call of Duty you slide and you don't stay down, you just pop up and then get shot in the forehead like an idiot.
Right, just asking to get shot.
Yeah. You stick up like a sore thumb, or no, whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole is a better way to put it.
Hey, I was
You slide in, whack-a-mole.
like me, Mark, and Dad thought it was awesome until we found out like how not good it was in a gunfight. Black Ops 1 and 2. If there's a lot of like trouble going on, you're trying to make a. If there's a lot of trouble going on, you're just trying to like get some cover. You know, you can run and dive. You're good. You know, you'll land on the ground. You can crouch and then peek out, shoot out. Nah, you're playing Black Ops 3. You stand right up. Why? For what though? Just why? And granted, you can hit the crouch button to crouch again, but it happens so fast and you can just miss it so easily. And you gotta hope that you don't like miss time it, so you're just kind of crouching out there like awkwardly. So you're just a turtle, you know. Just no. Nah. For sure, Odyssey feels better than Black Ops 3. But I mean, I liked Odyssey. I would still say it's actually pretty high up there for Mario games for me, like around the Galaxy range. But like, for me, World and 64, especially 64 DS, they just kind of reign supreme for me. Like that's just my jam.
Yeah, I like World because of the freedom it gives you, because you can either go through the game normally, go through all the castles, things like that, or you can just take the shortcut, get to the final boss.
If you want to, you know, just kill Bowser right now. You know what? I just want to kill you, and you just kind of do.
Yeah.
That's
but
nice.
Then again, the ending doesn't make much sense because you have every egg from every castle. Like, you saved it, but you really didn't. You just skipped to the end.
He's a time traveler.
I guess so.
Yeah. But wait, what were we even talking about again?
Open world games.
Yeah, I know that much, Varen. Jesus.
We got here from Diablo 3.
Oh yeah, it was rewarding open world games. So, Dad, what were you saying was the most rewarding for you? You know, you just playing this like, man, I feel good.
What did I say? Well, I just kind of ventured over to the Mario games, but I don't know. Diablo is up there. I mean, if I just stick on the action aspect, then definitely Diablo is up there. I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't even see how I overlooked it, but that and Borderlands are good. I don't know if those two might rank evenly for me. And I've just been away from the Zelda series for too long, but I've always enjoyed Zelda. So it's hard for me to just pinpoint one because I like aspects from all of
them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, for me anyway. So for me, oh wait, no, Varen. No, we almost skipped you. We almost skipped you.
And then Uncle Tomas, being so quiet.
It's fine, man. And Uncle Tomas brought up another game that I want to talk about too, because I like that game. But Varen, so what do you say is like a really rewarding open world game for you? Just in your personal opinion, what sets it up for you? You're going through and you're just like, man, I feel good. I feel complete. I feel whole.
Well, I'd have to say Jack and the Jack and Daxter games, because you'll just be running around and then you'll think, hey, what if I look in this little corner, and then you discover like a hidden collectible like a precursor orb in Jak 2 and 3, and you'll think, hey, that felt good.
Yeah,
like, because you just kind of get a sense of euphoria for finding it, because they're mostly hidden. They're kind of hard to find.
Yeah, the Jak games have difficult platforming, so that definitely helps in making it rewarding too.
Yeah, they're
especially
definitely
Jak 2. Jak 2 is evil.
Yeah. But Jak 2 is one of the best. It's one of the best ones.
Oh, for sure, man.
Because it's just that sense of accomplishment when you beat a hard boss and you just see the cutscene. Because when you use the blaster in Jak 2, like for one of the bosses, you just kind of have to get a pattern down of just, okay, like you have that sense of there's a millisecond delay for when you shoot. Like, because instead of doing you can't run up to the boss use the kick move and then shoot him. Instead, you have to just time it perfectly every time you shoot. Like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like I think that's the pattern anyway. But it just feels so nice to just get a pattern like that down consistently. Also, the guns in Jak 2 and 3, they're so satisfying to shoot.
3 in particular.
Yes. Gotta love the many guns that you have in 3. I think you have 12.
No, it's 12.
Yeah,
You're right.
each.
It's 12. Yep.
Yeah,
it's 12.
3 each.
12 guns. 3 actually had a lot of open-ended stuff that you could do. It was a lot more open-ended.
Yeah, because you have 2 huge areas to explore.
Yeah. And plenty of side quests and what you could do. But yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, Jak and Daxter rewarding. I can see that. Okay.
Yeah. I also kind of like how there's not like obvious loading zones like there are in Skyrim. Like in the Jak and Daxter games, when you go into a loading screen, it's just kind of hidden because you still have some control. Like you can just spin around, run in circles, or things like that, and that can occupy you until the loading screen is done. But like I like how it's not obvious loading screens, but they're still there.
Right.
Like there's still loading screens, but they're not obvious.
Right, you go into those little rooms and like it's processing it, whatnot, but it never like just drags you over to another screen.
Yeah,
it actually
I like how it
keeps you in there.
Yeah, because then it feels like a true open world game instead of just, oh boy, here's a loading screen when you entered a really tiny room and it'll last like 15 minutes.
Unfortunately, Uncharted kind of fell into that. I love Uncharted games, but like, man, it'd be nice if everything seamlessly went into another. Then actually no, that wouldn't work because who would want to go from like the United States to like Egypt? Like, like in real time. No, I'm good. Like, no, man. I just thought about that.
There's definitely some instances where a loading screen would be nice, but yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I would really love a game that played like Uncharted but was open world, because Uncharted. Like, I mean, come on. Uncharted's not open world, but let's just branch it off really quick. Does Uncharted not feel really good? Especially the 4th game. Like, Uncharted 4 just feels so good to play. Like, it just feels so smooth.
What's the name of the 4th game?
A Thief's End.
Oh, I don't have that one. I think we have 3. Because my mom got 3 at the thrift store.
Oh, dude, do you have the PS4 collection of the original trilogy? If so, you should get it.
Yeah, because I played the Uncharted game my mom got at the thrift store on the PlayStation 3. It was really fun.
Yeah. And, yeah, if you haven't played the trilogy or whatnot, I'm sorry if I'm not, my brain might be going a little bonkers because I am getting a little tired, because I am trying to do this back-to-back and it hurts. But,
yeah, because, I mean, you did do a podcast last night, and that went on pretty late.
It went off pretty good, though, as well. Yeah.
Nice.
It definitely went off good.
Yeah, I'm giving that quality, all right? It's been too long.
Yeah. Quality over quantity, right?
Oh, of course. Well, we're doing quantity and quality.
Yeah.
Welcome to Out Loud Podcast, and welcome to RoberOnocle.
Yeah.
That was so insufferably pretentious. Why did anybody stop me?
Oh man, yeah, you gotta keep going. Hey, why lie about it? Tell them how.
Right.
At this point, Rob, when you start rolling a ball, it just keeps going. For example, Breath of the Wild.
No, stop! Go away.
I'm talking about yesterday.
Be gone.
I'm talking about yesterday.
Be gone, evil spirit. But yeah, like.
What am I, an evil spirit?
I
may play Pyro in Team Fortress 2, but that doesn't mean I'm evil.
No,
well, it kind of does, but.
But yeah, getting back on topic here. Yeah, just imagine Uncharted 4's gameplay just in an open world environment. You could swing wherever you want. Stealth actually works good for once in an Uncharted game. It only took them into the last game to do it. But yeah, it works. The gunplay, the recoil, the crosshair keeps up with the recoil. And it just feels good, And also a lot more environmental stuff you can mess around with, which I loved with Uncharted. Uncharted 4 is just... Did I mention that I love that game? Because I do.
Yes.
A whole lot. Game is awesome. I don't even like playing shooters with, analog sticks, and I love that game still. The game was amazing.
It was.
But yeah. So Jack and Daxter and Naughty Dog, yeah, those were definitely. I wish they would go back to making open world stuff again because they did a really good job at it. Now they're just more about cinematic stuff, which I would not lie is good. But I mean, old Naughty Dog though, the Jack and Daxter era of Naughty Dog, I will never forget you. You're beautiful.
No one will forget that. Those games are classics.
Yeah. All right. Is it my time to shine?
Hey, look, I do have to interject something real quick.
Oh shoot! Titan's got something new for us.
One game that I did not think about, and I don't know how I overlooked it, was this new Spider-Man game.
Oh dang! Oh.
That game is awesome. It gives you the open world feel. Even following the story mode, you still have open world roaming because you have a variety of things that you can do. Different ways to build up your character and level up. That one has to be the highest on the list for me. That game is sweet.
And it's a licensed game of all things too, because usually those turn out garbage.
Right. That game is nice.
I really owe it to myself to play some more of that game. I keep telling myself I will, but like I was telling my brother Mark, like once I went into college, I don't know what I want to do in my free time anymore. I don't even know what I want to do in college. Well, actually, not to lie, I do. But yeah, I just things got kind of weird for me, you know. Little janky. But yeah, I can see why. Just from playing a little bit though, it is really good. The combat is good. The leveling up is good. The abilities are fun. Even when you're just not doing anything, it's just fun. Like that is quite a good game. I really owe it to myself to play some more of that. Especially now that now that Mark's getting all the DLC and everything, that's more of a reason that I should, because that means more content coming to the game.
Speaking of new open world games, have you heard of Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out next year?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Was it like it's January 2019, right?
Yeah, it is. I think it's like, a lot of people think like it's a huge. People that played the demo of the game at I think E3 or something like that, they said it was a really big game, and it was pretty much adding the fact that it's a actual world you're going to instead of just one building or one area.
Oh, okay.
I think that'll make the game really fun because like instead of there just being, oh, you go through this door or you go down this hallway, oh look, you're in a completely different continent now.
Ooh. Interesting.
That's an exaggeration, but that's basically what it did in some areas. Because you'll go down like this one hallway, and then suddenly you'll be in a different area. Like you're going like multiple miles in like a couple seconds.
I've always wanted to get around to playing the Kingdom Hearts games. I've only played like the first one, and that was just a little bit of it. I never really liked it too much, but you know that was back then. There's some games I played.
The first game. The combat in the first game isn't all that good, because it's not as refined as the second game's combat.
No, I'm just saying, I was like 7 or like 6 when I played it or something like that, and my opinions just weren't as educated or as well thought out or as
educated,
analytical as they are now, you know?
Yeah.
Because just again, off topic a little bit again, I didn't think, coming back to Skyward Sword, I didn't think I was going to like it as much, but I actually like it more than I did before now, strangely enough.
Yeah,
it's
I
weird like
definitely
that sometimes, you know.
I definitely enjoyed Skyward Sword. I don't know why people hate it, just because of motion controls, apparently.
Yeah, because they don't have working arms, but that's for another time.
Yeah, they're too fat to use their own arms.
Right. Yeah. Hey, actually, Baron, that's a criminal offense. You can't say that.
This is America. I can say whatever I want.
No, but no, man. We're talking about like woke America, though. All right, they don't like to hear about you dissing fat people. All right.
Well, it is a serious problem.
Shh, no, you're only gonna make it matter. Stop.
Well,
All right, Varen, I have no choice but to lock you in meme jail.
No.
You're in meme jail now. I'm sorry.
My daily three memes a day. No.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. All right. I'm just saying.
It would have been really funny if you got that mixed up. Where if you can't, oh my gosh, this is meme jail.
You're locked in meme jail.
That just says that under your above podcast reservations.
Yeah,
oh, that's funny.
Like it broadcasts to everybody that you're locked in meme jail. I'm sorry. I'll give it to the end of this podcast. You got to reflect upon what you were saying. All right.
Okay.
It's bad. But yeah, getting back to what we were saying. Just wait. No, my brain is. What was I talking about? I'm serious.
That's a good question. What were you talking about?
What was I talking about?
We were leaving off on our favorite open world games, and then you kind of
Kingdom Hearts.
On the Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. So at least we got Dad to back us up here. You know, he's keeping track. He's keeping tallies.
Yeah.
The Titan watches all.
Oh, that was intimidating.
No.
That was intimidating.
Then again, I mean,
because of your name, your voice, and your general everything was intimidating.
So yeah, just getting back to Kingdom Hearts before but Kingdom Hearts 3 does sound pretty interesting, by the way. I have to look into that. But I'm just saying, like, I gotta catch up with Kingdom Hearts. But I know they're coming out with that Kingdom Hearts: The Story So Far collection, which has literally everything from the beginning to the end, remakes and everything, all the way up until 3. I'm like, I gotta get that. That's gonna take me a long time to finish, but I gotta get that. Because I really don't feel like hunting like DS games and Game Boy Advance games. Like, just give me everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 358 Days one on the PS4 version of the collection is just a bunch of cutscenes. Because that's what it was on the PS3 one.
Ah, okay. But
which means you don't have to play through an extra game.
Okay, but I think it's time for me to unveil my super secret. The super secret actually is not really a secret game. I've talked about it before. But Prey 2017.
Oh.
That is my favorite open world game ever. As of right now, until I see something better. But that was my game of the year for 2017. I freaking love that game. For one, you know, because when I'm a first-person shooter guy, I'm going to be honest, I usually like to go around guns blazing, lighting everything up, you know? I don't like to hide behind cover or anything like that. Well, I can actually have fun doing that, but, you know, I mean, hide behind cover is cool and all like that, but why do that when I can flip the table, jump over, and kill everybody? Just right then and there, you know? I love that. That's why I love Doom 2016. It's exactly that. But Prey 2017 is not like that. Not at all, actually. Well, if you're playing on easy and being a babbo, then, well,
a
you
babbo.
can probably play it like that. But you know, for people who actually want a good experience, you know, I play it on hard, and now Nightmare, actually. Nightmare survival. So, like, my guns can jam and whatnot. It's scary. But, Prey 2017 is different. Because if you're playing on a hard mode, you just can't run into whatever fight you want to and just start guns blazing. That's not gonna work because the enemies hit hard, and they're usually bigger and stronger than you. You know, especially if like you're going into outer space and you find an electric enemy, because they can temporarily disable your spacesuit, and that's kind of scary because they can just beat on you while you can't do anything.
That does sound scary.
Yeah, there's been I almost lost a fight once. I was fighting a boss in outer space, and he got really close to like by the end of it, I was running low on Q-beam cells, which Q-beam cells are just it's just energy that goes to a big gun that's really good at killing the Typhon. And I was sitting there like with like 9 bullets and like 3 shotgun shells. And I'm like, I'm losing my crap right now, you know. I'm low on health too, but it was worth killing him. You know, I got him out of the way and got his loot off of him. But yeah, Prey 2017, you can't run into it. You gotta think a little more before you go into it. Sometimes you do have like the bullet time, which is pretty cool. But you know, it's not all about running in and just killing whatever you can. You know, it's using what you have in the situation to try to get out of it. Basically, to put it like this, Prey 2017 is a series of getting out of bad situations. That's what I love about this combat. Usually you might be outnumbered. You're thinking like, all right, do I have to distract the enemy with this? Or do I do this and throw it at them? Or do I consider my pistol for the range and my shotgun for the close-up, you know, or the close to mid-range, you know? It's not a matter of just using what you want. And plus, you're limited on resources, too. So you think, like, sometimes you're like, okay, well, I want to fight this guy with this pistol because I got a lot of ammo in it, but will it deal enough damage? Or maybe the pistol gives me the range that I need, but maybe I only have, like, say, 30 shots in it. I'm like, do I want to use those 30 shots right now, or do I want to try to go for a closer shot and maybe use my shotgun instead, you know, to compensate for that? You know, it's just... I really enjoy that aspect about it. You just can't run into it doing just doing whatever you want. And you can go without upgrading stuff, but it's a lot better when you upgrade stuff, and it's a lot more enjoyable in my opinion. Because eventually you get stuff, you eventually get to the point where, well, if you're playing it right, or if you're playing it on a more scientific side, because there's like a science side, there's an alien side. I like the science side a lot because it gives me a lot more accessibility to other stuff. But there's just things like, you know, like eventually I got to the point where my engineering skills are so good that I can fix anything, given that I have the parts to fix it to begin with, because you can't just magically fix it, you know, just stare at it and it works. It's not how that works. You actually need to get parts so you can repair things. And especially on Nightmare and Survival mode, I always just can't repair whatever I want now, because resources are more limited. But yeah, that was really cool, because eventually, you know, I could repair maybe just this one thing, but not necessarily this other thing. But as I worked and got more neuromods, where I could increase my skills at repairing things, I got better. Eventually, now I could repair everything, given that I have the right parts for the job. And then there was hacking skills too, you know, like level 1 security, level 2 security, level 3 security, and you know, gradually increasing my hacking skills by again finding neuromods to upgrade my skills. And see, that's the thing I really like about Prey 2017, is the fact that it doesn't run by a standard level up system. Borderlands 2 is a very good game. I love it to death. I will never get tired of that game. At least now I really, it's just all the combos you can do. It's just hard to get bored of Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2. But it's hard to get bored of that game. That's a terrible joke. I'm sorry. But
I've made worse jokes. I've made so many worse jokes.
Yeah. But you know, I really enjoy it, and it's really rewarding, but the EXP system isn't the most rewarding thing in an RPG for me, because it's kind of automatic, you know? It's just kill enemies and you'll just get your stuff, you know? And I mean, that's rewarding in and of itself, but it's pretty autonomous, because it's just kill stuff and you get some stuff. Prey 2017 is a little different. If you want, say, ammo, or you want to get neuromods, you have to kill stuff to gather materials, hoping you have enough to even make neuromods to begin with. If you want to even level up yourself, you need neuromods, maybe a certain amount of neuromods to actually get the skill to work. Now, by the way, Prey, because neuromods, they inject skills into you. Because I really want to know how you can inject strength in yourself, like neurologically. Like last I checked, that was called steroids. Like, how do you neurologically inject strength into yourself?
Probably just...
Like, you know what? I am strong. And you're just, like, how?
Yeah, something like that. Placebo effect, probably. You inject, like, a mental note, just, you are the strongest man in the world, and you're the only one left in the world, just, yeah, I am strong! And then you just suddenly beef up, like you took steroids or something.
Right, yeah. But, yeah, I really, let me stop saying, let me reset here. Yeah, that happens sometimes when I talk too fast. But, I like how the game locks you off from a lot of things. You know, you're just like, yeah, you're not gonna go here because basically you're not qualified for it. You know, so what do you have to do? You can hunt for some neuromods, or you can craft them yourself. Both are equally viable options. In fact, you should do both: hunt and craft neuromods. Looking like the weirdest of places, breaking the safes, looking like drawers, like just looking everything, you know. And let's say neuromods are kind of hard to find. Well, now you can start crafting them. Gather some materials from maybe some enemies, some metals and whatnot, so you can make some neuromods, so you can make them yourself. It's not a matter of just killing the enemies and just like, all right, what skill do I want to upgrade now? No, it's not like that. You actually have to go out there. You gotta bend your back a bit, you know, and you gotta work for it. And that's what I like about it. It's really rewarding in that sense. And actually, it reminds me a lot of Zelda in a sense, because Zelda's a very similar way where you just can't get it because you want it. You actually have to go out and do something to get something so you can then go and gain access to it. And as, the game expands further and further, there's just more things you can be curious about, or areas you're curious about you want to explore, but, you have to upgrade certain skills. And what really helps, too, is if you beat the game and you get a New Game Plus, so everything resets except for your skills, and that is awesome, because that means that you can beef yourself up even some more. So now I'm some weird child, like, getting, like, traits from, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stephen Hawking. I'm like some weird amalgamation of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stephen Hawking, and, like, who's a good engineer in the world? Like, this, like a professional engineer. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stephen Hawking, and, like, some famous engineer. I can't think of one right now.
Tighten it up.
Yeah, Uncle Tomas, because if you guys don't know, like, I'm not even bragging, like, he's a pretty smart guy. Like, I consult him for a lot of things, actually. He's a smart guy. There, Uncle Tomas, you got your call out for the night. Hope you like it. Yeah, you get a call out. You're really smart. You're a pretty cool guy. So yeah, basically, like, not trying to, like, conform to nepotism or anything. An amalgamation of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stephen Hawking, and my uncle. It's a really weird way to put it. Also, J-Man, welcome to the podcast. Wait, they deafened.
He's deafened for
they
some
deafened,
reason.
so they can't even hear me.
I sent him a message on Steam saying that he's deafened.
Yeah, J-Man, what's going? I don't know. I'm not even until they undeafen themselves. I'm not even gonna say anything.
Just don't acknowledge their existence yet.
The screaming dog profile picture really doesn't help either. It just really adds to the death part, and I just
it's his dog.
I just makes me
His
uncomfortable.
dog's going nuts because the sound came out of his speakers.
Oh.
Yeah. The Discord is weird sometimes.
Discord is definitely strange, for sure. But yeah, Prey 2.
You could say Discord is sometimes in Discord.
We got to get back to Prey 2 before we branch off too much. Oh, J-Man, you're not deaf anymore. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Outlaw Podcasting. Where basically I scream for like an hour and a half.
And if someone says something bad, they're going to meme jail like me.
Yeah, he's now Barrington's saying that to the guy in meme jail. So yeah.
Yeah, guy in meme jail.
Feel free to shun him.
Feel free to crack jokes about me. I will probably laugh with you.
But Prey 2017, it's a fantastic game. I like the you want it, work for it kind of like ethic it has going for it. Makes it really satisfying. And if you do New Game Plus, it's just an open world game. Oh wait, no, I know what I was gonna say about it. Like, so basically, the amalgamation, they can have one more thing to add to it. You're Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're Stephen Hawking, you're my uncle, and you're Michael Jordan. I forgot Michael Jordan. Because, now, my character can jump stupidly high now.
Nice.
So yeah, now I can dunk on the aliens. So, yeah. It's looking pretty sweet right now.
You just jump up with a wrench or pipe wrench in hand or something like that?
Yeah, just dunk on them with the wrench.
That would hurt.
Yeah, I would imagine a wrench. Those aren't exactly light.
No, they are not.
But yeah, with New Game Plus mode, the game opens up even more. Now it's like, all right, you've got all your skills. Now let's break the game. Actually, you can't do that. But it's like, all right, just do what you want. You got all your skills. You've earned it. Like, that is satisfying to me. Now I get to do it all over again, but pretty much everything is open to me. For the most part. Some things are locked off because of story reasons, but eventually you can all come back to that anyway. But that is so satisfying to me. Now I can, like, all right, I can go here now. There's literally no limitations, because I've basically, the game was kind of like, all right, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But the game is like, all right, you've beat the game. You got your skills. Do whatever the heck you want. It's your playground now. So now I'm just drowning in loot. Well, actually, I won't even say that, because I'm always running low on resources, because I'm playing on Nightmare and Survival, so it's hard. But yeah. Oh, actually, I gave my character a concussion in that game one time. Yeah, it wasn't too good. I was fighting an alien in zero gravity inside the space station, and I was chasing him, and I bonked my head. And like my character was like, his vision was blurry. It was not too good. That was a hard fight, and it just got harder because I was only using half my brain cells now. It wasn't too good. But yeah, Prey 2017, a fantastic game. I love how it gradually opens up, and then if you do a New Game Plus mode, it resets itself, but now everything is pretty much open up to you for the most part, and you can just go hog wild. So, yeah. I have another game actually I want to talk about, if you guys are okay with that. If we go over any other open world games, that's fine with me. But I'm just going to keep going otherwise, because, it's me. So does anybody object?
Object about what? I was
about me
spacing out.
continuously ranting.
Oh, I'm used to it by now.
No, well, dang. So another game.
I adapted my scenarios very quickly.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear, because I'm sure somebody in the world considers me insufferable. But you know what? I probably hate them too. So it's okay. But Uncle Tomas brought up Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. And even though it is a Ubisoft game, I would say that's one of the better open world games I have played. I really enjoyed that game a whole lot. He mentioned that you could go in either hot or silent. And yeah, I really like that aspect of it. You can go in there and light everything up if you want to, but you don't have to if you don't want to, You can go in, sneak in there, handle your business, and leave. And I would say it's more fun to go in guns blazing, but that depends on who you're fighting and how many people you're fighting. Because let's be honest, well, you can go in guns blazing for the Unidad, but let's be honest, do you really wanna go hot on the Unidad? Oh shoot, Uncle Tomas is saying, Mark, that you go in hot on the Unidad. Is that true? Is he even?
I think Mark is dead again.
I think he died again.
He died yesterday and he died today.
No, he's here.
Normal.
Mark lives.
Okay, he's doing that. I neither confirm nor deny that statement. Kind of like emoji again. He's being stubborn. This is a tough nut to crack.
Not really. It's just a simple yes or no question.
No, but it's Mark. You don't understand, Varen. Now we're just all eagerly waiting for him to answer now.
Well, he's typing in the chat.
Sometimes direct is better. Okay. I don't know why did I roll my R right there? I don't know why I expected something deeper than that. Just sometimes direct is better. And no caps, no period, just straight up. Sometimes direct is better. But yeah, I would actually sometimes direct is better, because if it's just a couple of dudes, just shoot them up and go on with your day, Even the Unidad, just pop them up really quick. It's just, don't make a scene out of it, Don't try to go, oh man, I don't want him. No, just kill him. If you're at least a little bit competent, you can take him out. But yeah, what I really like about Wildlands is that, your approach to a scenario is, there's a lot of ways you can come into a fight. you can sneak in. You can sneak in from one way or another way, or you can drop in via helicopter, or you can drive in, or maybe you can go around the back and climb in, or just things like that. It's a lot of fun to see how you can make your approach to it, and it all feels very natural. Not like you're breaking the game or anything, or you're exploiting this. It's just kind of like, all right. What I like about Wildlands is that like a lot of times one option really isn't better than the other. I'm sorry. I just looked at what Uncle Tomas was posting. He said that one time we were stuck in the towers and the Unidot had us pinned down and Mark was a beast and we made it out. Yeah, I remember that. We were in that one tower and they kept coming up and Mark wasn't having it. That was I vividly remember that because that was it was quite difficult, but yeah, it did take us like 20 minutes, guys. We sat like in one area for like 20 minutes just shooting up dudes. They were just coming up the stairs. We were pinned down hard. And keep in mind, it was 20 minutes for the first wave. 20 minutes for wave 1 before we finally had some time to break out and make a run for it. That the internet ain't messing around. But yeah, the approach you can make to it, the fact that once you do tier 1 mode, you can upgrade your guns. There's more of a purpose to collecting materials and whatnot again, so you can upgrade your guns. And finding gun parts, finding new guns. There's just really Wildlands just kind of like its content expands upon the combat, and I think that's what's really enjoyable about it. It's just some plain stupid fun, and it's like, all right, do you want to do it from this way or that way? And it's really just plain and simple, excuse me, it's just something caught in my teeth. I had to get that out. I apologize. It's very unprofessional. But what else is new? No, just some of my teeth I noticed.
Oh.
But yeah,
also this is an improv podcast. We don't need a very professional.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like it's a podcast. Hey, that's my line. Stop. let me.
Well, I guess great minds think alike then.
Sure, yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my brain is like shutting down now. As usual, about an hour and a half way into it. But yeah, Wildlands, especially if you're playing with some friends, it's some stupid fun. And all the ways you can approach a fight is really fun. And the quests that come with it, it's like, all right, do you want to sit here? Or do you want to sit there? Do you want to come in this way or that way? How do you want to escape? It's just fun. Wildlands is just some good plain fun, It's just open world. I won't say at its finest, but just fun open world stuff, Well, of course, even though it was simple stuff, I had to go really deep into it because, I'm Rob. And, I don't like giving simple answers.
The echo is back.
Yeah, I just noticed. No, now it's gone now.
What
I think it's just me being loud, probably. But what else is new?
Yeah.
What else is new? But yeah, that's all I've got to say about Wildlands and Prey 2017. I'm satisfied. Are you guys satisfied?
I am satisfied.
Have we said everything we need to say for the night?
I am satisfied with being in meme jail for the next 5 days.
Oh, there's one I can throw in real quick.
Okay.
One that I'm surprised we left out, but maybe it's just because we haven't really played that game in a minute, and that's Just Cause.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
Yeah, or Just Cause 3, rather.
All right, top of the night, Pop.
Yeah, as far as open world games go, it's a pretty good one. Yeah, there's a main storyline, but even after you beat the main game, you can still go around, do different things, liberate in different places. So it's not so much as finding upgrades and all of that, but you got the free roaming aspect of where you can go anywhere you want to. The only thing that I wish that they had done, and I know we've talked about before, is that they should let you interact with like Mario Frigo and other people that you encounter while you're going through the storyline. But
Yeah, the
as
game
far
is
as
very
open world
one
games
note.
go, yeah. But as far as open world games go, that's a very good one, and it gives you the action. It gives you there's a purpose, so it's not just like, okay, let's just do random stuff, but and it's challenging enough, and this is even before you get to Di Ravello. So, yep, just wanted to kind of throw that one in there too.
All right, cool. Yeah, what I like about Just Cause 3 is that it's kind of the opposite of Wildlands in a sense, where Wildlands is like, all right, how do you want to go into this fight and get out of this fight? Just Cause 3 is like, all right, how do you want to destroy everything? Like, just straight up, like, how do you want to destroy everything?
Yeah.
Just whatever works.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just...
Yeah, and it could...
explaining.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now, I was just talking about, like, how it's fashion, it's vibe, it's focus of gameplay. That's all. You can keep going. I'm done.
Oh, yeah. No, and there are points in the game where it can feel a little redundant because, like, especially when you start liberating a bunch of small bases and things of that nature. Yeah, it gets a little redundant there, but
the big ones,
the big ones are really good and really challenging. And then on top of that, you can get into like a high speed chase to where, like, first you got a level 1, and one or two people cops are coming after you, and then you get all the way up to like level 5, and it's like no matter what you do, they're gonna keep gunning for you until they get you. Like, it's almost impossible to get out of a level 5 chase. But
don't you like how they start destroying themselves at like around level 5? Like, they don't even care anymore.
Oh yeah, it's just like, hey, anybody gets in my way, even if it's my own team, they're going down. But we got to get you.
All right, they just want you to die.
Yes, and by any means necessary. So,
and it is so fun.
It's cool. Yeah. Oh man, and I forgot which one of you, you or Mark, which one set the record for like the longest level 5 chase. Yeah, that Uncharted. I'm sorry, Uncharted. Just Cause 3 is that's a nice open world shooter.
So something I just barely remembered about was Infamous. Man. Like the game Infamous on PlayStation 3. Like the Infamous 1 and 2 and Infamous Second Son on the PS4. I completely forgot about that game, but it is one of the best superpower games that you can play because you can be a hero or you can be an anti-hero or a tyrant. You can be either one. Like in Infamous 1, your very first karma decision is either 1, give people food that they need desperately, or 2, fry some people in the crowd so that they'll run away and you get the food for yourself. It's very, like, it's just either good or evil. There's not really a neutral.
It's because when you kind of get
it's pretty black and white, because when you kind of have superpowers, you can't really be an in-between. Like that, or it's just really hard to be an in-between.
Okay, was that all you had to say about that one, or?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It kind of follows a similar formula to the Jak and Daxter games.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to give it a try sometime.
It is a very fun game. It's one of my favorite games on PS3.
Oh, good to hear. Okay. Oh, and we could almost technically say Little Big Planet is open world in a sense, because you could just go wherever. But we're not gonna. That's community stuff. We're not gonna cheat.
Yeah.
We're not gonna cheat.
That is.
There will be no cheating today.
Yeah, we're not gonna do
any.
Sir. Not gonna do any cheating.
No cheating.
But yeah, guys.
Cheating. If you cheat, you'll end up in meme jail like me.
Oh shoot! Yeah. That's how you end up in meme jail. Don't be Varen and get
Why is
arrested.
it called meme jail anyway?
Because if you commit a crime in my Discord server, you get locked in meme jail. No memes for you. You post a really awful meme. You say something stupid. You do something stupid. You just say something
you
that
can't
just...
message in the memes channel.
Yeah, you're not allowed to like do anything in there. I should make it invisible to you guys too. Don't even get to see the memes.
That's true.
But yeah, guys, that was our take on open world games. Wasn't as long as the podcast yesterday, thank goodness, because it was like what 2 hours and 5 minutes or something like that, and I just wanted to die by that point. But yeah, guys, Dad and Varen, thank you for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. Especially since my original member was supposed to be on here, but unfortunately had other business to tend to. But you know, it's all cool. We still love you. But yeah, guys, that was our take on open world game stuff. I'm RoberOnocle, this is my dad, and this was Varen, and we'll see you guys next time.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye, have a good day. Wear your seatbelt.
Yeah, and don't get arrested.
Don't go to meme jail.